Hello, good day, everyone, and welcome back to another special edition of Wealth Wave, where we explore the uniqueness of creating wealth and achieving financial independence. I am your host, Zibili Evelyn, and today we have a special show lined up for you. This show is not just about creating wealth, but also making a difference. And on today's show, we'll be taking you on a journey of recycling for you, especially students, so you can know how to turn trash into cash. Now, we have an expert with us who is passionate about recycling and has helped many people turn his eco-friendly practice into a profitable venture. Please join me in welcoming Sir Joshua Oyedele, a renowned expert in recycling and waste management.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
We are happy to have you on the show today, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right,
It's a
sir.
good time.
Okay, sir. Let's start with the basics, sir. What exactly is recycling and why is it important?
All right. Recycling actually is a conversion of waste into useful product. However, it is important for us to understand what waste is or what waste have, right?
Okay.
So people normally say waste is something that is not useful, right? But on the second look at it, how I would say waste is untapped resources, a resources that has not been tapped, right? You know, a lot of people see nylon, they see plastics, and like just straight away just burn them. But once you see someone who understand the value of these resources, you see them gather it. And sometimes you see people maybe on campus packing and separating those waste, sorting it, and you be like, burn them.
Yeah.
But it is something you need to understand that this has value. So coming to recycling is actually breaking down components of waste, sorting them and converting them into a useful product. Right?
Okay.
So, and another thing people usually do, they mix up recycling with upcycling. Recycling and upcycling are a very big difference, right? They are a very big gap, because recycling, you break down component and you won't be able to understand that this is this particular waste, right? But in upcycling, when you still see the product, the finished product,
Yeah.
you say, okay, this is paper, this is plastic, and that is the difference. So that is recycling.
Okay. So why is it important to us?
All right, why recycling is important is because, first of all, I'll talk about generally, right? Recycling is important because you reduce the amount of waste that is being released onto the landfill, right? This waste on the landfill, they actually produce methane, carbon dioxide, and other harmful gaseous chemicals, right, into the atmosphere, which actually has affected the ozone layers. And these ozone layers are they have an effect, an hazardous effect. It's just like saying there is corona, right? There's corona everywhere. It's in the air. You can't see it, but they are in there. So these chemicals, you can't see them, but they are in there and they are affecting us, right? Many times you hear about the rise in sea level, you hear about bonfire, you hear about drought. There's no rain is not coming the time it comes, and farmers now are finding it difficult to understand the time and the season. Sometimes you say, okay, in July there will be rain. Sometimes you just see in January there was rain. You understand that gap. So it's actually affecting humans, right? It's affecting everyone. So it is important that we all arise to the task of managing the waste, whether by recycling, whether by upcycling, whether by reusing or reducing. There's several ways we could manage with. I'm talking about recycling now. So, talking about students, how it is important for students, right? It is important for students to embark on the journey of waste management, whether by recycling or every other means. Because as students, we discovered that I was a student, or I'm still a student.
Okay.
So I discovered personally that what you need, God has given you all that you need. So it is important for you to find out what is available for you. And waste is everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Waste is everywhere. I got an admission in a school, and I was trying to I'm trying to raise funds for the tuition fee, and I was like, what can I use to create wealth at this stage? So I started using waste paper. I was using waste paper to go to Auntie Fumi. Oh, you know Auntie
Okay, yeah.
Go to other places to gather waste paper. When they print, or when it's print, throw it away. I gather them instead of them throwing it away into the landfill. And I started thinking, what can I create? I started creating some fantastic abstract art. And people were like, what did you use? I don't know, waste paper. How do you come about it? It's wrong. But I told them, this is not actually just an artwork, right? It is communicating different expressions and emotions, right? Talking about the reason for you to manage your waste, and talking about life and the African environment.
You turning those papers into an artwork, you sell it, and people actually buy it.
Absolutely.
And that is how you made cash when you were a student. Currently. Wow. Many people actually don't know about this book. You're telling me, I'm like, wow, I'm really amazed by what you said.
Thank you.
All right, going through the basics. So you said there are basic skills that are required of one before you can venture into recycling, right?
That is true.
So how can you explain that?
Okay. One thing people do not know, right? Maybe I'm fortunate to know that.
Okay.
In 2018, I did my undergraduate in the University of Benin, and I happened to be the studio rep. I mean, the person in charge of the studio, right? And I started thinking, how can I make money as a student, right? And I was like, okay, I could do this, I could do that. So I can do this, I can do that. What can I use? Right now, I do not have enough finance to get the capital I need to start what I really want to start. But as a student, what do I have that I can start with? So that is the very first thing you need to start asking yourself, right? What do you have? What skill do you have? It's not what skill do you have to learn. First of all, it is what skill do you have? And that is why students always think, I don't have anything. If you are Christian, I'm a Christian. If you're a Christian, there's this scripture where the prophet asked her, what do you have? I said, I have nothing. But she now said, I have a jar of oil, right? She adds something, and the servants of God said, this is what will bring what you need. So it is important for you as student that you look inside. What do you have? What do you have? You're a mass communicator. Okay, I can write, right? Why don't you write for environmental sustainability? Why don't you write for recycling? We have advocates that just write about the environment. I was talking to one of my journalist friend, and I was like, Josh, I want to be writing about waste management. I was like, wow, that is fantastic. Because, people talk about many things, but why not talk about waste management? Why not talk about recycling? Why not talk about upcycling?
Many people feel it's like there's no need for you to talk about it because there's nothing inside, but you finding pleasure doing it is just, it's good.
You don't know the worth of a thing until you try it, right? You do not know the worth of a thing until you decide to try it.
Okay.
So if you give it a try, I tell you, You don't make money because you are doing something. You make money because there is a need for it. And trust me, there is a need for waste management.
Okay, so I just have one last question before we leave. Do you give mentorship program? Because I see that you are experienced in this your job you're doing, and if you do, how can people who are interested in learning get it from you?
All right, we have several ways we do our mentorship program, Just Recycle Initiative, and I'll just mention one of them. We started an initiative last year, Just Recycle Initiative Academy, where we get students, non-student professionals that want to use their skill to solve environmental problem. We'll be sending out the application as soon as it is time for it.
All right, and I am glad to tell you that names would love to join, because this is like a free opportunity for them to make cash. Because even me say I don't even know that this was something like it would be possible for me to make cash, but if you could go through this and you could actually make some money out of it to pay or to pay your tuition fees and all that, it would actually help some students in schools who don't have the capacity to actually fund for themselves. All right, and that is the end of the show, and thank you for our audience who are tuning in. Remember, every small action counts. Let us turn our waste into wealth and make a positive impact on the planet. Until next time on Wealth Wave, stay motivated and keep recycling. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
having me. All right, sir. You're welcome, sir.